Hey Victory GP family, we are back with you again this week. It's been a crazy one. There has been so much going on since we last were able to connect on this. But God is at work, and I know so many of you have been impacted personally this week. We've been trying to get in touch with everybody, still working through the lists of connecting. It's not a lot of physical stuff that's happening in terms of we're not aware of anybody in our church family that is sick or has been personally impacted directly, but we do have a lot of things like financial issues, just kind of needing to be isolated, the social stuff that goes with that. So we're working through that and working through what it looks like for us to navigate through the legal stuff, what we need to do to honor the government provincially and federally, but also how we honor the instructions of God. And so we've got some good stuff planned. I'm going to make you aware of that today, and we're going to get everything in play. But for starters, I just wanted to share with you, I woke up this morning and just that song was going through my mind, the old one, His Eye is on the Sparrow, and I know He's watching me. And listening to the spring birds. Today's actually the first day of spring, in case you didn't know. So it's first day of spring, birds are out, stuff is starting to happen, life's out there. And just the idea that God sees even the sparrow, right? So He knows us. But the Lord just drew me to the fact that God's eye is upon us. And Tuesday night when we had our worship and prayer night here, there was just such a draw towards that heart-to-heart, face-to-face connection with God. And face-to-face means we look at Him and He is looking at us. He is pursuing us, right? He's seeking us out. And just a couple scriptures, Psalm 34:15 says, "The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and His ears are open to their cry." So that's not like a maybe. His eyes are on us. His ears are open to us. And so we want to make sure that our eyes are on Him as well, right? Psalm 33:18-22 says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear Him, on those who hope in His mercy." This is good. "To deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine." Like layoffs and close-ups, He will keep us alive in famine. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart shall rejoice in Him. Because we have trusted in His holy name, let your mercy, O Lord, be upon us, just as we hope in you. So our hope is not just on the government, the pour-outs and the things that are being announced, which are great helps, but our hope is in God. Our help is from God. 2 Chronicles 16:9, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro through the whole earth to show Himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to Him." So the promise there is that God is actually looking for people that He can move on, that He can move through, that He can show off with. And so we want to be those people whose heart is loyal to Him. And then Psalm 32:8, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will guide you with my eye." And I always say to my kids, watch me. That was, when they were growing up, you watch me and you're going to know from my face what needs to be happening here. And so same thing, we want to press in to God's face. We want to see what He sees. We want to react to what He's putting out there. And so I just really want to encourage you, take time personally, take time as couples, take time as families to be seeking the Lord, get into His face, look to Him, pursue Him, be steadfast towards Him. He's faithful. He is not going to let us down. He's not going to let you fall. He's not going to let you fail. He's not going to let you do without. But we need to be pressing into Him. And so I just want to encourage you with that. He sees you. Even though sometimes you might be in this personal situation that we're going through right now, you might be alone for 2, 3, 4 days physically, but you are never alone. And so I want to encourage you with that. On the practical side of things, it says that God puts the solitary in families. And so families find a way. Families find a way to get through stuff like this. And so we've found some ways. So as you know from the previous instructions that we've had, we can't do large gatherings, but we are going to do live church. So you can't come to the building, but we will come to you in as many ways as we possibly can. We are looking at getting our YouTube Live going as well. So Facebook Live for those who are watching it there. YouTube Live for those who are not on Facebook, which means that you can email a link to somebody or you can text a link to somebody and they can click on their phones, on their computers, whatever. So if you are technically advanced and feel comfortable with this and you know somebody who's not, maybe help them in this season to be able to connect to the live stuff, because we want to make sure that people are able to tie into what God's doing. Our scheduled services then, Tuesday night, we're going to do a live stream at 7 o'clock. Saturday night is going to be live worship and prayer and prophetic stuff. And we just want you guys to interact with us. We're going to pray together. We're going to have an awesome prophetic prayer meeting together. Saturday night, 7 o'clock online, and then Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. And so that will be kind of our family service. We're going to look at adding some elements for the kids and just worship together, but apart on an ongoing basis. For those who are wondering, what are we going to do for the community? We just kind of wanted to make sure that our church family is okay first. So I do want to just remind you, the office is still open. We are limiting the hours that the doors are just wide open, mainly because we've had a lot of walk-in traffic, and that compromises us, to be able to stay open for everybody else. So if you are part of our church family, though, call, email, walk-ins from noon till 4, Tuesday to Friday, and text the pastors, whatever. We've got a lot of the ongoing contacts are still there, but we are adding next week an additional thing, which is kind of cool. So our project right now is Wide Open, and so we've got a new email address, wideopen@victorygp.com. That is for anybody who needs help, has a prayer request, has a question, whatever. We just want to open it up for people to contact us. Once people email that, it's going to get divided out between pastoral care, practical helps ministries, and prayer ministry. And so we want to make sure that we can reach people, meet them exactly where they need to be met. We are ready and willing to go with drop-offs. We can pick up groceries. We can drop off immediate emergency supplies. We're stocking up on things like diapers and toilet paper and just the immediate emergency stuff that we can just deliver to people. We just want to be there. So that's in place. We also will have an emergency phone that's available specifically for Wide Open. There's a number that's going to be attached to that. We'll make that available to you and to share to the community and to your friends. The last thing I think that we've got in place right now is a new Facebook group for our Victory GP fam. So that is for you guys to just connect with one another. And my heart, as you know, is Acts 4. Everybody shared what they had and nobody did without. So that's going to be a great place without having to go through the loop around of the office. If you've got extra, share it. You need something, ask for it. Somebody's probably got it. You just need a sanity break. You want to, you need some encouragement. You need somebody to pray for you. You want to pray for somebody. God's been showing you something. That's the place to share it. So we're going to try and connect in as many ways as possible. But again, we want you to know you are not alone. God has got us. Not only is he ministering to you, to us, he is enabling us to see how we can minister outside. So I just really want to encourage you to be praying into that as well. A lot of us are suddenly having time to be at home and like, what do I do with my day? Pray and ask God who you can bless today and how you can bless them. Be praying over your neighbors, praying over your neighborhoods. We're actually going to launch an assignment Saturday night for you on that regard, so be looking for that. But hang in there. God is actually on the move. His eye is on you, so keep your eye on him. Bless you, and we'll connect soon.